There was an old, deserted alley, so quiet that at night the sound of one's own steps became frightening. A family had recently moved here, Arav, his little sister Sia, and their old grandmother. The house was old, with cracks in the walls, creaks in the floor, and a strange shiver in every corner. On the first day when they moved in, Shakuntala auntie from the neighborhood noticed the grandmother and said, "You've returned again?" The grandmother bowed her head and simply said, "I left something unfinished. I've come back to complete it." At night, a strange silence fell over the alley. No dog barked, no cat appeared. And at exactly 12 o'clock, the sound of an old bell echoed, like that from a temple which had collapsed years ago. Arav found all this very odd. One night, the power went out. Sia peered out of the window and said, "Brother, look, someone is walking in the alley, holding a lantern." Arav looked at an old man, dressed in pristine white, with an eerie glow in his eyes and whistling, walking slowly through the alley. The next morning, Arav asked Shakuntala auntie, "Is there a watchman in this alley?" Auntie's face fell. "Raghu? He was killed 25 years ago, right here in this alley. Since then, whenever someone new moves here, they don't return." Arav got scared, but his curiosity grew. That night he set up a camera and started recording. The next morning, upon watching the video, Raghu appeared, but his footprints had no shadow on the ground. And in one glimpse, he was standing outside grandmother's room. Now Arav suspected, what is the relationship between grandmother and Raghu? He asked the grandmother, and tears came to her eyes. "Raghu was my first love, but I betrayed him for the greed of the alley. The night the treasure of Kabura was unearthed in the alley, Raghu tried to stop me and he was killed. Since then, every new moon he returns to the same place with the same lantern."